Good day, all. This is Charles with the Exodus Logistics Learning Center, which is the home of the dispatcher and freight broker one-on-one training for beginners. Today, I wanted to clear up some misconceptions about our enrollment packages on the dispatcher as well as the freight broker side. There's been some misunderstandings, misconceptions, I guess. So let's go into that. So for people who are signing up for either the dispatcher or the freight broker one-on-one training, I'll explain both. So when you go to the main website, okay, the homepage, which is highlighted in blue, these are different headers up here. We got ELLC merch, which is our merchandise store. We sell various products. ELLC services, like our affiliates and partners. We do consultations. We have ebooks sold separately, referrals and video testimonials. Under Dispatcher 101 and under Freight Broker 101, if you hover your mouse, you don't have to click it, but if you just hover your mouse, you will get a drop down with some sublinks under those, under Freight Broker as well as Dispatcher 101. And then we got Exodus University, which is coming. It'll be in effect around 2023. We're still building on that as well. So, but under Dispatcher or Freight Broker, and this will be on the YouTube channels of the Dispatcher as well as the Freight Broker one-on-one training for beginners YouTube channels. So those who are interested in our program can see and get clarity, and some questions perhaps can be answered. But Dispatcher 101 and Freight Broker 101 have three different pricing points, right? So you can purchase training materials only. So let's click that. And we have a video that talks about purchasing training materials. So the Dispatcher 101 training materials, $99. That's the cost of it. If you want to purchase it, you purchase it. And if you read what's included in the training materials, Dispatcher 101 materials kit includes. So in the training materials kit, and the purpose of the training materials kit is for someone who doesn't need formal training, right? They know about dispatching, or in the case of freight brokering, they know about brokering, but they just need some materials, some templates to design their back-end contracts and things like that. So on the dispatcher side of the materials kit only purchase, you get a copy of the dispatcher agreement template, which is in Word and PDF format. You get the carrier profile template, which is in Word and PDF format. And the reason why it's in Word and PDF format is because the PDF format you can send directly to carriers, but the Word format you can take and edit it to your specifications and, you know, put your logo in, put your information in, and then send it to the carriers to fill out in the case of dispatchers, and then send it to the carriers and or shippers in the case of the broker side to fill out and send. Okay, so after I talk about the kit for the dispatcher side, I'll go to the kit for the broker side as well. Okay, so it also has a copy of the limited power of attorney in Word and PDF format. You get a call carrier script, and then you get copies of the carrier. What does a carrier's MC authority letter looks like, right? You know, most carriers, if you're going to be dealing with all carriers, you're going to be dealing with on the dispatcher side, have to have an operating authority in order to transport freight. Otherwise, you can't work with them, right? All carriers need to have a certificate of insurance. All carriers need to have a W-9. So we provide copies of what they look like, so you will be able to identify them when you receive them from the carriers, and you'll be able to recognize what they are and then be able to go from there. Okay, copy of a notice of assignment, copy of a credit app as well. We're going to put a credit application in here as well. I'll probably change that to copy of a credit application / notice of assignment. And this is for factoring. If a carrier has a factoring company, they send a credit application so that the broker can be, they can run credit checks on the broker. And if they're favorable, then a notice of assignment will be sent to that broker. Okay. workflow of dispatching, role of the dispatcher. We also give you a copy of what a broker carrier agreement looks like. When you are onboarding your carriers with brokers, you will see a broker carrier agreement, or what's called a setup packet, onboarding packet, carrier packet, and a rate confirmation as well. We have in our portal, but we're going to provide you copies of what's called a load details cheat sheet. So when you're booking loads, there are some common questions about the load that you want to ask. Well, we have a cheat sheet that's asked about questions about different loads according to the specific equipment types. And the equipment types that we focus on the cheat sheet is the 53-foot dry vans, 53-foot reefers or refrigerated temperature control, and the 48 or 53-foot flatbed. Okay. We also include 3 ebooks, and we're going to be updating those ebooks momentarily, and then a free glossary of terms and a map of the US. So that's all included in the dispatcher starter kit, right? And then in the freight broker purchased training materials only, the freight broker training materials is $199, and you can purchase it now. And this is what you get in the freight broker side. You get a copy of the OP1 form. So that's the form, that's the application for a motor property and broker authority. So if you are a broker, you are applying for a broker authority. But the OP1 form is the application for both, either a motor property carrier or broker, and broker, right? A copy of the DOT application was the MCS 150 form. We give you a copy of the surety bond and the trust fund, which is the BMC 84 and 85, so that you know what they look like. As a freight broker, you will have to apply for what's called a bond. And there's 2 different ways or 2 different types you apply for, one or the other. The trust fund is usually upfront money if you have an escrow, $75,000, and then the surety bond is based off of credit. So you get a certain amount to pay to have $75,000 bond. So, and it ranges between $750 annual to about $3,000 annual, depending on your credit and other qualifying factors that the bond company runs on you, the applicant for a broker authority. UCR, this brokers need this too. Well, this is the Unified Carrier Registration. We send you a copy of that so you'll know how to fill that out. And also a copy of the certificate of insurance. Brokers need to have that. A copy of the broker shipper agreement, the template, and a broker carrier agreement template so that you can design that. And it should be in Word and PDF so that you can design your back end broker shipper agreement. So when you're sending them to customers to get onboarded or set up with, and as a broker, when you send the broker carrier agreement to carriers to onboard to your brokerage, if you're not an asset-based brokerage, okay? So we give you templates of that. Sample of what a load tender looks like. This is what you receive from the customers to accept loads and to agree to take those loads and be responsible for moving that freight, okay? Rate confirmations. These are things that you produce from the load tender. So you get a load tender from a customer, and then you give a rate confirmation when you onboard a carrier to move that specific load from that load tender. You create a rate confirmation. And the difference is in that is what your margin is, what you make from that. So for example, if you get a $5,000 load tender from a customer and you want to mark off, let's say 20%. So 20% of 5,000 is $1,000. So you mark off 1,000 from the 5,000, and your rate confirmation value will be 4,000, the difference of 1,000 from the 5,000. So load tender, rate confirmation, okay? A sample of what a BOL is, a bill of lading, okay? And we have 2 Freight Broker 101 ebooks, and then a shipper's database for 2022, for the year 2022, we provide that. Now with this, you want to vet this shipper database out because it's been 2 years, so some of the information may be stale. I'll be honest with you there, okay? But it's there regardless, so you can at least see what a shipper's list look like and the format of that. So that's one of the main reasons why it's there. So in both cases, with the training materials only, it's no training involved. It's just you're purchasing the materials. But if you want to decide to roll into our ongoing training, you say, hey, this training materials is not enough. I need some formal training. Well, in both cases, in the case of the freight broker, you can claim a voucher. And in the case of the dispatcher training materials, you can claim a voucher, right? Claim your voucher, where we will take what you paid for that specific kit, whether it's the dispatcher or the freight broker, and deduct that from the cost of the ongoing training from the broker or the dispatcher side. So in the case of the dispatcher, it'll be $99 deducted from the cost of the ongoing training for dispatcher training. In the case of the freight broker kit, it's the $199 deducted from the cost of the ongoing freight broker training, and we will invoice you the difference plus tax. I need to emphasize that, okay? Because we're in a Commonwealth, I have to charge tax, okay? So those are the two things on the training materials for the freight broker and the dispatcher side. Next will be the seminar trainings on the dispatcher and the freight broker side. So we do 1 day, 2-hour seminar trainings for freight broker and dispatcher enthusiasts, those who are interested in taking those trainings. The purpose of the seminar training, they are high-level overview type of trainings that we give. It's 1 day, and it's 2 hours, and it's via Zoom. It's live via Zoom, where I share my screen and we talk about the particular topics. So it's high level, where we give you the information in such a way, whether it's dispatcher or freight broker, where you can determine if this is something that you want to do long term. Okay. And in both cases, it's also, you can do the voucher concept as well. If you decide, you say, okay, that 1 day, 2-hour seminar wasn't enough for me, I need ongoing training, the same concept applies. On the dispatcher cost of the seminar, we will deduct the $149 from the cost of the ongoing training and invoice you the difference plus tax. And then on the freight broker side, we would deduct the $249 seminar training that you've taken and invoice you the difference plus tax. In both cases, the training materials and the seminar, you have an unlimited amount of time to determine if you want to use your voucher, whether the training materials voucher or the seminar voucher on the dispatcher and the freight broker side. Since you've purchased those things, we have a record of that. So there's no limited time offer for that. That applies anytime, because we have a record of you purchasing, and of course, we're going to check anyway, but we have a record of you purchasing the training materials, either the dispatcher training materials or the freight broker training materials. And then we have a record of you purchasing the 1 day and attending, if you did, the 1 day dispatcher seminar and the 1 day, 2-hour freight broker seminar. So in all those cases, you have an unlimited time to determine if you want to continue with ongoing training and apply what you've purchased against the cost of the ongoing training plus tax. Okay. Now, with the dispatcher and freight broker seminar trainings, you get the trainings are for the dispatcher side, they're held every second and fourth week of each month. They're held in the same time that we do the live trainings. They're held every second and fourth week of each month on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time via Zoom for 2 hours. And it says it right here in the blue. Every second and fourth week of each month, we'll have on a Wednesday at 6 p.m., we'll have basic level training as well as those who are in for the seminar, because we've combined them. Since we're teaching basic level concepts in the seminar, we figured we'll roll in the students who just enrolled, who are brand new, for the basic level training as well. So, and you can purchase now, and then you also can claim your voucher. In both cases, in the training materials and the seminar trainings, you claim your voucher. To claim a voucher, this is how it's done. You just hit the seminar voucher, and then you put in your first and last name, your email, and what program did you purchase. Well, if you purchased the seminar, you hit seminar. If you purchased the starter kit, you put starter kit, and that's for the dispatcher side. If you did the freight broker seminar or the freight broker starter kit, you select whichever one, you hit submit, we will be alerted in our internal inbox in our web portal, and then we will start the process of invoicing you the difference of whichever program you purchase from the cost of that particular ongoing training, either dispatcher or freight broker, plus tax. Okay, that's how that works. All right. So in the seminar for the dispatcher side, okay, we go over basic level, high level overview of um, dispatching, right? How to get carriers. You learn how to get carriers, how to navigate the load boards. What is a load board? What is the purpose of the load board? What is the user interface and the concepts of the load boards, and how to navigate the load boards? We talk to brokers. We show you how to complete the packets, the carrier packets, book the loads. We do simulated or mock bookings, if you will, load planning, how to invoice carriers. You get 3 ebooks and then other training materials. Okay. So with the seminar training, you get what you would have gotten if you purchased the starter kit plus a live 2-hour Zoom training live, so we can go over some of those things and we can answer questions for you. So kind of reinforce and help you in your decision whether or not you want to join the ongoing training. Okay. And the same is true for the freight broker side. So if we go to the freight broker side, it's every second and fourth week of each month, but those are on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so it's in the same second and fourth week. It's just for the dispatcher, it's Wednesdays. For the freight broker, it's Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern. Okay, and for those who enrolled in the seminar, we send you a link for the Zoom, and we show you how to access that as well. Okay, and you do the same concept of claiming your voucher that you did with the dispatcher side. On the freight broker seminar training, you will learn how to, what are the broker requirements. We talked about that a little bit, the authority, the bond, the UCR, BOC3 and stuff like that. We talk all about shippers, all about carriers, packet types. What are the different packet types? There's a shipper packet, which contains what are the contents of the shipper packet. What's included in a shipper packet? If you were to give a shipper your information so that they can vet you out and determine if they want to work with you, what's all included in that? And then the other packet type is the carrier. If you want to get information from the carrier in order for you as a broker to onboard this carrier efficiently and effectively, what's all included, or what all do you as a broker require from the carrier? Okay. And then what all the shipper requires from you as a broker on the shipper side. Okay. So those are the packet types, right? Then we go into TMS systems. TMS stands for Transportation Management Software. There are several TMS systems out there: Ascend, Load Manager, Load Pilot, McLeod, Algex, Axis, eFreight Solutions. I can go on and on, right? The purpose of it is to keep everything centralized, all the data that you're going to be dealing with as a broker, who your shippers are, who your carriers are, what assets do you have, what carriers do you have networked with you, all invoices, all bookkeeping things, everything centralized in a database or a CRM, a customer relationship management or a content management platform, centralized location. So booking loads, what's the process of booking loads? Tendering loads from a customer and then dispatching those loads through the rate confirmations to the carriers to move that freight. And you're the middle person as a freight broker. Okay. We give you a free ebook and then other training materials. So those are the 1-day, 2-hour seminar trainings on the dispatcher and the freight broker side. Okay. So, and then finally, the third price point. So we had 3 price points. We had the training materials only for the dispatcher and the freight broker, right? We had the 1-day, 2-hour seminars for the dispatcher and the freight broker. And finally, we're going to have the ongoing training course for the dispatcher and the freight broker. Okay. So let's go to the ongoing training for the dispatcher side. Ongoing training. So here are within the ongoing training on the dispatcher side, we have different price points, right? We have a single member, one-time payment, $4.99. We have a monthly. If someone can afford the $4.99, we have a month-to-month, a 5-month payment plan, $120 a month for 5 months. That totals $600, so it's a little bit more. But since you're paying monthly, That's the reason why we're giving you an opportunity to pay a small amount over a period of time. So that's why for that opportunity, it's a little bit higher. Okay. And then we have a 2-for-1 special. 2 people can join for the price of one, $7.99, as opposed to 2 people joining at $4.99 or $500. That's $1,000. There's a $200 or $300 savings here. We should say 200 though, because that's, even though that's $300 difference, right? $4.99, $7.99, $300. Okay. So, right. And now before you purchase, and I'm going to have a form in here too, because here's where the disconnect comes in at. Most people think that the $4.99 covers you in perpetuity for a year, whatever. These price points, whether it's the single member purchase upfront, all upfront, the 5-month payments, or the 2-for-1, it gets you enrolled and it gets you access to our portal and everything that we have offered, including load boards, live Zoom trainings, everything for the first 30 days. Okay, 30 days. So right here, we're going to have a please read below prior to purchase. So there's 2 notes here. Okay, your initial enrollment payment into this program gets you access for the first 30 days. Okay, you pay for access because once you pay, we send you an email with instructions on setting up either your personal or your business email and password to access our members portal, our back office, if you will. And I'll show you what that looks like in a second. As a matter of fact, let me open up another tab and do that now since we're here. Okay, so you will get access to once you enroll in the ongoing training, however you enroll, we will send you an email to set up your access to the members portal main menu. This is on the dispatcher side. There is one on the freight broker side. We'll cover that in a second. So everything that's included on the members portal, once you get approved for access, and I'm probably going to start requiring, I may put an online form on this purchase page saying that you have read and submitted that form prior to giving you approval for the members portal, because that way I know a person has read and understood that the purchase is for the first 30 days to, what do you get for the first 30 days? You get the members portal with an email and password setup. You get the live Zoom trainings at their scheduled times, and we're going to cover, let's go to cover Zoom real quick. Their scheduled times for the dispatcher side for the live Zoom trainings under Dispatcher 101. And since this is a recording, you can go back and review this, right? Under Dispatcher 101 and Freight Broker 101 too, it has its own separate section, but we're talking about dispatchers right now. We will cover Freight Broker momentarily. Zoom training schedule, right? So we have the times, the days and times are always the same. Sundays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. They're just happening on every second and fourth week of each month. I've taken the liberty also to put the calendars up on the screen and circle the days that we have the trainings in red, right? Ignore the yellow ones. Those are for a different reason, and we need to change that. But the red ones are the important ones. So we're in the month of September. We have 4 months left in this year. I took the other ones out because they're past, right? Right now we're in September. So our next live Zoom training for our members will be Saturday. Well, what are the times on Saturday? Well, if you scroll back up on Saturday, you got Sunday, Wednesday, Saturdays are always going to be at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. Eastern Standard Time. So you have to be, whatever time zone you're in, you have to be mindful of that and convert that to Eastern Standard Time. So let's do a quick lesson on that real quick. So if it's 12 noon Eastern, if you go from East Coast to West Coast, the time goes down by 1 hour. And you go from West Coast to East Coast, the time goes up by 1 hour. So 12 noon Eastern Time will be 11 a.m. Central Time, will be 10 a.m. Mountain Time, and will be 9 a.m. Pacific Time, right? And then so if we reverse that, 9 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Mountain, 11 a.m. Central, and 12 noon Eastern. Okay, so back and forth. So be mindful of your time zone. Okay, but every second and fourth week, right here. So I try to put everything in front of the viewer so they can see it. So we have the Zoom, we have the meeting ID and passcode, we have the click join now with the meeting ID and passcode again here. All you have to, and it's the same for each, the Zoom credentials, the Zoom logins are all the same for each of those days. It's the same Zoom meeting ID and the same Zoom passcode. That never changes. The only thing that changes are the days that we have them and the times that we have them on those days. So if it's the Sunday, it's always going to be 11 a.m. Eastern. If it's the Wednesday, it's always going to be 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if it's Saturday, it's always going to be 12 noon Eastern Standard Time for the dispatcher side. Okay. So here's the training schedules for the Zoom. All right. So let's get back to the purchase page. So you get access to the members portal because after you purchase, you get an email. In that email receipt, there should be a download link with instructions on how to set up your email and password. Let me show you what that is. So I want to be very transparent and make sure that there's some clarity here because I don't want any confusion for individuals. So here is our email, and this is what you will receive in an email. Let me share this screen. Okay. And hopefully this screen is shared. It is. Okay. Dispatcher one-on-one members portal access. Welcome. Click the welcome video link here. And this is a hyperlink. It'll be a YouTube video. But here are your next steps. Click step 1, which is the initial login and setup. That's on the website to set up your email and password to get approved to access the members portal. Step 2, you click the members portal. Once you get approved, you just click the members portal main menu and it takes you to the main menu. And then you can start navigating that. It is also, in addition to the live trainings every second and fourth week, having access to the members portal is so that you can access the modules at your own pace. This is a self-paced, learn as you go, in addition to attending the live Zoom trainings on those second and fourth weeks of each month, 3 times a week. Sundays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. Okay. And it says it right here. Attend our live Zoom trainings, join our Dispatcher one-on-one members only Facebook group. Once you become an ongoing member, you are eligible to join our members only Facebook group. If you are not a member, you can't join. Okay. And so those steps are pretty straightforward, right? So let's go back to the other screen here. And so you get access to the live Zoom trainings, you get access to the members portal. Here's the members portal with the self-paced modules, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Getting carriers, load boards, booking loads, invoicing carriers, and then other things, bonuses, merch store, things of that nature. You just click these buttons and it goes to those pages. Okay, we have a promotional. You can actually sign up for a load board free for 30 days without having an MC number because we are a partner with 123 Load Board. We have a merch store that you can purchase our merch products as well, right? And web design, and we have other affiliates and partners. And we have other things in our portal. Once you become a member, you can navigate this at your leisure, right? The point with this is you have access to this for the first 30 days, okay? Load board, self-paced modules, private Facebook group. Now, after the first 30 days of your initial enrollment date, let's say today someone enrolled, the 16th of September. 30 days later, which is the 16th of October, right? That's fair to say, 30 days. If you wish to continue having access to everything after the first 30 days, after your first 30 days from your enrollment date, there is a $29.99 monthly subscription to maintain access. And you can do that month to month to month for however long you want. It used to be for up to a year, but we say you can, as long as you need access after your first 30 days of having it for your initial payment that you paid for the first 30 days, you got it. If you want to maintain it after that and keep access to it, and most people do because of the load boards alone, having access to about 6 load boards that we share our logins with is a benefit in and of itself and well worth it. But in addition to that, the other resources, the trainings, the modules, the Facebook group, the load boards, all the tools and resources, the templates, the forms and documents. If you want to maintain that after your first 30 days, therein lies the disconnect. Most people think if you enroll for this price point, you get it for a year. That's not the case. You get it for 30 days. And then if you decide that you want to keep it after 30 days, there is a month-to-month subscription. So that is the disconnect. So I'm going to put a form on here that's saying, hey, I've read and understood. This is what the form is going to say, because prior to getting access to the portal, I'm going to put a form on here saying, hey, please fill out this form saying that you've read and understood what this said, these instructions, before we give you your access so that you can have access for 30 days. And if you decide to continue, there is a month-to-month subscription. And be mindful of your 30 days, because when your 30 days come and you're still accessing the portal, we will take that to assume that you want to continue accessing, and then we will invoice you. Some people say, well, why are you invoicing me? Well, you're still using the portal after 30 days. And you didn't tell us that you didn't want to. Now, if you tell us that you no longer want to access it, then we will take you down from having access and remove the ability to invoice you. But if you don't tell us that, then the only thing that we are to assume is that you do want it. In some cases, we will send an email out too saying, hey, your 30 days is about to come up. What is your decision? What do you want to do? Do you want to continue having access so we can start sending invoice to you, or do you want to stop having access? Stop having access means everything, not just load boards. You don't have access to the portal. You don't have access to the load boards. You're removed from the Facebook members only group, everything, right? So I want to be clear on that so there's no confusion now, right? And I want to put the form on the screen here to also make that clear as well. So if you continue to have access by paying $29.99 monthly after the first 30 days from your initial enrollment date, well, you can continue. Okay, that's probably redundant. I probably need to remove that. No obligation, cancel anytime by phone, text, or email. Okay. Then in a second note here, if you decide to continue wanting access after the first 30 days from the initial enrollment date, but miss 2 consecutive monthly payments, we will remove you from having access, which includes access to pretty much everything that we gave you. The load boards, the members portal, and all of its perks, including load boards, the live Zoom trainings, the self-paced modules, which is in the portal. So that's kind of redundant there. And then the Facebook private group. Okay, so pretty much everything that you got access to if you miss 2 consecutive payments. And here's another thing we want to make clear. We don't take payments out of your account. We don't take credit card payments and auto debit out of your account. What we do is we automatically generate the invoices to send to you monthly. We don't pay that. We don't take your credit card and auto pay it from your account to ours. We don't do that. We don't handle any monies like that. We auto generate the invoices sent to you, and then you decide to pay either via PayPal or credit or debit card. So the only thing that we automatically do is automatically generate the invoices. That's it. You, the student, have to pay whichever way you decide to pay with, which is the PayPal or credit or debit card. Okay, so I want to make that clear as well. And also, please read below. Basically, it's just repeating what you get in the portal, right? Back office sign up with email and password, orientation, business setup, 4 self-paced modules, live Zoom trainings 3 times a week, every second and fourth week. We got recorded trainings, ebooks, glossary, tools, resources, forms, documents, 6 live load boards, continued access and membership if you pay the $29.99 monthly subscription 1 month after your initial enrollment date, or 30 days, right? Monthly subscription includes access to everything, including load boards. So that's everything back here. We do have training videos library, which is all the Zooms that we have done over the 3 years that we have been doing this online training have been recorded, and they are stored in our training videos library, and they are grouped in months, right? So you can look up, you can click a month, or you can scroll down to the month, or you can click the month. We're in September, and the most recent date and year for that month will be the first video. The last one we did was the 14th, which was this past Wednesday. The next one will be tomorrow, the 17th. So it will be here first. If you notice, you can scroll to the right to go to the oldest one from newest to youngest and back over to the current, okay, for each month, okay? Take it. So, and then go back to the top and you can select a specific month you want to go to. They all have titles and headers and what the subject was and things of that nature, okay? That is let's go back to the main menu. Tools and resources, forms and documents. We even have a how-to video series. Everything that you need to know how to do from a basics perspective as a dispatcher is in the how-to video series portion as well. In module 1, the self-paced modules, everything, and these are links to YouTube videos that we've created to show you how to do certain things. How to navigate the FMCSA register to look for carriers to cold call who have just applied for their operating authority. They're not brand new carriers who have an authority. They are individuals who have applied and paid the $300 with the FMCSA to start that process to become an authorized carrier. How to navigate Trucking Planet to find carriers, look up carriers on Trucking Planet, the DAT directory, and the 123 load board search directory feature. That's in module 1. That's the Getting Carriers module. How to module 2, load boards. Well, how to navigate the load boards that we have. Direct Freight, 123, Truckers Path, Next Load, DAT Power. How to book the loads. We start with the 3 major equipment types, which we stress first for new dispatching entrepreneurs. Okay. 53-foot dry van, 48 53-foot flatbeds, and 53-foot reefers. Okay. And then we show you how to fill out carrier packets. Each of these links are YouTube videos. And then how to invoice carriers. The 2 main ways that we show are, there are others, okay? But the 2 main ones that we show are PayPal and Square. And if you scroll down, there's some supplemental how-to videos. Forms and documents, right? How to fill out a dispatcher agreement, how to create one from a Word version, put your information into it, and then save it as a PDF. Same thing with the limited power attorney and the carrier profile. And then under tools and resources, some of the common things that we use in the tools and resources, how to navigate the SAFER website. SAFER is an acronym. It stands for Safety and Fitness Electronic Record. It's a company snapshot by the FMCSA. FMCSA stands for Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration. It's the governing body of the industry, okay? Trend Lines is an analytical tool by one of the load boards called DAT, D-A-T. D-A-T stands for Dial a Truck. It's one of the popular load boards. Trend Lines is an analytical tool that you can look up rates in certain zones across the 3 major equipment types. A zone is a group of states, like the Northeast zone contains all of the states in the Northeast. The Southeast zone contains all of the states in the Southeast. So it gives you cents per mile and rates on a weekly or bi-weekly basis, so you can keep current with that. Okay, that helps you in your dispatching duties. Okay. And then another resource, there are other resources in the tools and resources section, but we wanted to cover some of the common ones. The NTTS, or the National Truck and Trailer Service, is a resource that you could look up. Like if you had a blown tire, or your carrier, I should say, or they need a truck stop, they need to do get some fuel, several things that you can look up, resources, okay? And then accessing Zoom. I think we have to put this one together, and then we got Facebook group and YouTube channel, okay? Let's go back to the portal and go back to so that's the point that I want to make with the purchase of the ongoing training. The ongoing training, however you come in, however you purchase it, it's up the first 30 days, you get access to everything. Now, with the let me make a note of this, with the 5-month one, there won't be no month-to-month subscription with the 5-month because you're paying over the course of 5 months. So you're getting access to everything while you're paying your month-to-month payment, right? But if you miss with the monthly payment, if you miss 1 month, then we will cancel access because we We gave you an opportunity to come in at that low cost because you were not able to afford all the $4.99 upfront costs. So we feel that it would be incumbent upon you to make sure that you have the funds in your account available each month to take out to cover the cost of that $120 for each month. Because when you use the payment plan, it is you who are setting up through your bank and PayPal automatic debiting out of your account. We are not handling that. That is on your side. So you need to make sure that those funds are available. So for us giving you that opportunity, if you are not able to sustain that, or if you miss a month, and we will see it, it will say a payment has not been processed, or we couldn't process a recurring payment. The moment we see that is the moment we take that email and deny access to the portal. And then it's up to you. You're going to wonder why. Then you're going to call, reach out to us and say, okay, I can't access the portal. Well, let me check your email. Well, it seems that you missed this month on that month-to-month payment. So you have to see what's going on between PayPal and your bank to make sure that those funds are there. And PayPal, when they have a missed payment, let's say the 14th or the 16th, they'll go for another 5 days grace period, and they'll check it again, or they'll try to take the funds out again, right? Because it could be that your check may have fallen on a day that the funds were not put in there, or whatever the reason. Like, you may not have intentionally not wanted to pay. It could just be a pay period that the monies weren't there, and we get that. So that's why PayPal does, when it's due based off of your enrollment date and in a certain few days grace period. Okay. But if you know this now, you have an understanding of that, it will behoove you to make sure that those funds are there. Because once we miss the payments, then we deny access, and then we'll just take that from there. Okay. But the point of this dispatcher side is the $29.99 monthly subscription, month to month, for as long as you want. No obligation, cancel anytime with contacting us via phone, text, or email. But it's $29.99 after your first 30 days from your initial enrollment date. So if you enroll today, you get access to everything via setting up your email and password for approval and getting approved. And from that point, you got it from, let's say, the 16th of September to the 16th of October, you have access to everything. Now, if you feel that you need to continue to have that after the 16th of October, contact us a few days later. Hey, my 30 days is about to be up. I want to continue having access. Can you start invoicing me recurring monthly? And we automatically send invoices. Okay. That's the point I want to make. We will be putting a form in here to fill out in addition, and we may require the online form be read and submitted to us and say, hey, I've read and understand this section here, the 2 notes on the screen about paying a monthly fee 30 days after. And then we'll say, okay, well, now that you understand that, now we will give you access to the portal so you can have 30 days for free, and then you decide if you want it afterwards. So I had to go into detail a little bit about that because there's been some pushback and some confusion of the concept. But this has been on the screen. It may not have been worded this way, but the concept has been here ever since last year, that the monthly subscription is this after 30 days. Now, last year it was $19.99 a month. This year, 2022, is $29.99 a month on the dispatcher side. Now we're going to go on the freight broker side. Okay. So the freight broker ongoing course, it's the same concept applies, right? First 30 days you enroll. Single member enrollment on the freight broker side, single member is $7.99. The monthly installments are $200 a month for 5 months. So that's $1,000 if you decide to do month to month. And again, if you miss 1 month of automatically debiting, we will suspend your access. And then we have 2 for 1, 2 people for the price of the 1. Right. In the case of the 2 for 1 and the single member enrollment, the one-time payment, you get access for 30 days. Okay. And this is what all you get. Everything in the freight broker side. Okay. And right here, we're going to take this up to a year out. This could be for as long that you want, but after the 30 days, we will invoice you $19.99 a month, not $29.99 a month on the dispatcher side. It'll be $19.99 because the upfront cost is a little bit higher. The monthly subscription is a little bit cheaper. We want to kind of help you with that and offset that. But the concept is the same. You get access for the first 30 days, right? And what do you get? So let's go to the freight broker course. And okay. So here's the freight broker main menu. So we have some new items we put in here too. We have for you brokers, aspiring brokers, we have a Truck Stop Pro affiliate link where you can sign up. They're offering, as part of the joint venture with us, ELLC, the Learning Center, the Exodus Logistics Learning Center, they are offering, you get 50% off of their Truck Stop Pro for the first 3 months, the first 90 days. Not a bad deal. So ELLC graduates, start your business out on the right foot, and you get the Pro includes their load board, their ITS dispatch TMS system, and their onboarding package, which is RMIS, packaged into one package, right? So the Truck Stop Pro includes load boards, a TMS system internally built in, as well as an onboarding system for you new brokerages if you need those services to kind of help you streamline your process. Most new brokers probably won't need all of those services, so they probably won't use this, but it's here in case you do. Most new brokers probably just need the load boards until they get customers and shippers and start building up their network of loads and network of carriers in order to have the ability to have a TMS system to be able to keep track of that stuff and to have an onboarding concept or process in order to onboard carriers. So you can either not do it and need it later, or have it now. So when you do have it, you can just pretty much streamline your processes. Okay. At any case, this is the freight broker main menu and what's all included in here. Okay. Everything is in here, prerequisites, the requirements, the difference between a broker and a broker agent, everything that's included, the modules, the self-paced modules, the customers, dealing with the customers, packet types, we discussed that earlier. Approved versus asset-based carriers, booking the loads or tendering loads as a freight broker. And then more information. We have our study materials, TMS systems, our tools and resources, our video library, just like on the dispatcher side, we have a library on the freight broker side. And we have a couple of load boards that we give you access to. 123, Direct Freight, and Trucking Planet. So, okay, so these are the things that we incorporate into the freight broker side. Okay, so what all you get right here: orientation, requirements, freight broker versus freight broker agent. We talk about the difference between the two, who has to have the authority, who does not, and who can run under someone's authority. Broker authority. Modules 1, 2, and 3, packet types, TMS systems. Live trainings, it's still every second and fourth week of each month, but it's twice a week on the freight broker side as opposed to 3 times a week on the dispatcher side. So if you go to the Zoom page on the freight broker side, the Zoom schedule is different for freight brokers than it is for dispatchers. So go to the calendar. It's every Tuesday and Fridays at 6 p.m. Eastern. Okay. And it's indicated by the same concept with the calendars, circled dates. It's the same thing. So today is Friday. So the 16th, we're having freight broker training tonight at 6 p.m. because this is the second week that we deemed for September, for the month of September. And all the Zoom trainings will be recorded, okay, and stored in our training videos library, okay, which is right here, training videos library, okay, which we have the same concept with dispatcher. We have training videos library for the freight broker. So the September one, if you scroll down there, we have freight broker. Our last one was the 13th, which was Tuesday. And then our next one, the most current one. We have the same concept with the arrows going back and forth from the most current to oldest, so on and so forth. Go back to the top. So everything, we're trying to make it more user-friendly and everything that you can navigate to easily, okay? So let's get back to the main menu here and the purchase point, okay? So After your first 30 days on the freight broker side, the same concept applies on the dispatcher side. We will automatically invoice you monthly if you so choose for $19.99 a month on the broker side, $29.99 a month on the dispatcher side. We would more than likely put a form on the freight broker side, just like the dispatcher side, saying that, hey, I've read and understand the concepts of this platform and what all needs to be understood prior to me and agreeing to this, or I read and agreed to it, I've signed, I filled the form, I've submitted it so that I can get access to the portal. So prior to getting access, we probably will do that, okay? All right, and then of course, on every page, all sales are final, no refund. So everything is here for you to read prior to purchasing and deciding if you want to purchase it before you purchase it, right? Because once you purchase, all sales are final, no refunds. Now, do we give refunds here and there on special situations? Of course we do. But the general case is, as an entrepreneur, you want to be mindful and read your information prior to selecting and purchasing some type of training. And we here at the Exodus Logistics Learning Center want to be as transparent with you as possible before you make the decision, okay? So right here, I'm going to have the information here, the notes here, the same way I had on the dispatcher side, okay? So that's what I wanted to clear up a little bit about the three different price points on the dispatcher and the freight broker side, and with the ongoing price point on the dispatcher and the freight broker side, the concept of having access for the first 30 days after your purchase. And then if you want to continue having access, then there is a month-to-month subscription payment. Cancel anytime, no obligation, for as long as you're paying month to month, you have access for that month. Okay, that's what I want to clear up. Some people say, well, once I enroll, I get it for the whole year. That is not true. It is for 30 days. And if you want to continue to have it after 30 days, then it's whatever the monthly subscription is. Okay, I hope that cleared everything up. Of course, if you have any questions, I can be easily reached at all my contact information is out here. You go to the homepage of the website, contact us. See a picture of my wife and myself. You can submit your quick inquiries. You can email us. Our phone number information is here. Our email, 2 emails, 2 phone lines. Leave a voicemail if we don't answer. We usually try to answer same day, next day at the latest. So hopefully that is provided a little bit more transparency for you guys and a little bit more clarity. And this will be on both the Dispatcher 101 and the Freight Broker 101 YouTube channel for those individuals who are interested in signing up for the trainings. All right. Once again, thank you for your time. Salute you and have a good one.